Welcome back to Gosforth Handyman. Bit of a different video today. If you enjoy these, let us know in the comments and we'll see where this goes. I'll probably keep doing them. So what I thought I'd do is separate out my rambling kind of shop update video away from my tip videos. If you're a regular subscriber to the channel, you'll know every now and then on a Saturday I put out a tip video, and normally I ramble on a little bit at the beginning about what's been happening in the workshop, etc, etc. Now, that's all well and good, and I know a lot of people enjoy that, but it makes it take much longer to edit the video. Some people just want us to get to the point straight away, which I can kind of understand. So I thought what I'd do is take out the rambling kind of shop update and put that into its own video, and then I can just keep the tip videos and other videos just dedicated to that particular thing that I'm talking about in that video, if that makes sense. You know what I'm like by now, I rarely get to the point quickly, so it will help those videos flow a bit quicker. So I'm going to call these videos Notes from a Small Workshop, and hopefully that'll kind of happen maybe once a month or thereabouts, and I'll just give you a quick kind of update as to what's going on, maybe if I've changed a few things in the shop, why I've changed them, and then hopefully you can benefit from that. But anyway, let us know in the comments what you think of these kind of vlog videos, and I'll keep doing them if you enjoy them. So what's been happening this week? Loads has been happening. I've got a big floating shelf job that I'm working on at the moment, and that is taking up most of my time this week. In the shop, a few things have been happening. You will see the return of my trusty Dewalt mitre saw. With getting the track saw, I didn't really need the sliding mitre saw anymore, and it was just taking up far too much bench space. So that has gone on loan to someone at the moment. I was having a couple of problems with the Evolution. It's a really good saw for the money, don't get me wrong. You know, for 300 odd quid, a double bevel sliding mitre saw, you can't really complain at that kind of price range. But I had a few problems with the accuracy of it over longer cross cuts. So the other problem that I had with it, I think, is down to the fact that the blade speed on the Evolution is almost half of the blade speed of other mitre saws, and I think that is because it's designed to be able to cut metal and wood. Now, I very, very rarely cut metal, but the problems I had, especially with cutting things like really fine trim pieces and stuff like that, with the Evolution, I would find that it would literally explode in my face. It would kind of get caught on the blade, and even with a brand new fine tooth blade, it would do this as well. And I think it's simply down to the blade speed, because I've switched over back to the Dewalt, and I don't get that sort of problem at all. But the Dewalt blade speed, I think, is about 5,000 RPM. I'm sure the Evolution's about 2,500 or thereabouts. So I think that problem, just for the sort of work I'm doing, I really need the higher blade speed for cutting the finer trim work and mouldings and things like that. As I say, the major reason was because I'd run out of space, and I really needed to. I've done a lot in my workshop over the last few weeks just to kind of cut down on things that I'm not using all the time, and I've either sold them or given them away or loaned them to people or tried to find a better home for them so that they're not taking up space, because really every square inch of space in this workshop is critical to my kind of workflow. So by having me Dewalt back, it's freed up a table on the other side of the workshop where I had the Dewalt sitting temporarily while I was trying to decide where to put it. So I now need to do something with that table, which doesn't have clutter on it anymore, which is awesome. So what else has been happening? Oh, you'll see the dartboard's gone. Every square inch of wall in this workshop is valuable, and if something's not getting used, it'll end up in my son or daughter's room at some point, and at least they'll be able to use it. But I wasn't using it in the workshop, and it was using up quite a nice little area of wall space over on that side of the shop. So dartboard's gone. The ultimate aim of all this kind of organisation and tidying of my shop is that I really want to fit a bandsaw in relatively soon. I would say, if possible, before the end of the year, I want to try and get a bandsaw into the corner over there where I've got a giant table at the minute. So I still need to kind of tidy up that corner a bit, but I think I could fit a bandsaw in there, and that would be really helpful. The jigsaw table that you'll have seen that I made a while back, I still use that quite often, but it's one of those things that if you don't have it set up all the time, you don't use it, and you find other easier ways rather than setting up a tool. So I only generally set it up if it's really for a project where for example, if I'm cutting out a lot of very fine small bits of MDF and things like that, then I might set up the jigsaw table. But I'd really like to have something set up permanently that I can use without having to think about getting tools out and things connected up. So since the dartboard's gone, I've been able to make a little wall mount for my video light and get my video light on the wall and off the stand that it was on. The stand was taking up room right in front of my table saw, and I would generally trip over it all the time. Not the safest thing. So that stand's gone, which is fantastic. So straight away I've got a bit of a benefit of getting rid of the dartboard. So I will miss it in the shop, but I just didn't use it. I've also tidied up my glass storage so I can actually see what I've got now. These little bits of glass are really handy for making like picture frames and stuff like that. I still need a better solution for storing offcuts of sheet materials, so ply and MDF and stuff like that. These kind of smaller offcuts are really handy. They can be used for anything from making the rails and styles of panel doors through to just using them as marker blocks and templates and gauges and storyboards. They're really handy to have, so I don't really want to get rid of them, but I haven't found a good way of storing them. I found a good way of storing like long material and flat material, but not short stubby bits of wood like this. So if you've got any good ideas, or tell me in the comments how you store your shorter offcuts. They're too short to put on any of my lumber racks, so they can't really go there. They don't really fit into my strip material storage, so I need a better way of storing that. So any good tips for storing short flat bits of wood, let me know. And a big shout out to Andrew from Hesitant Handyman as well. I finally got your stickers, and because they're nice little stickers, I've got one next to the master himself, the Samurai Carpenter, and I've got one right under Matt Cremona at the top of the door, and I've got one over just next to RR Buildings, who, if you're not familiar with them, they're busy building DiResta's new shop. It's very, very exciting. I highly recommend you follow RR Buildings on Instagram and YouTube. Very, very interesting work that he has been doing for DiResta. Amazing build. Jimmy, if you happen to be watching this, I'm getting as emotional as you watching that shop being built. I think it's such a lovely story after all these years of planning to get to that point of getting your dream shop finally. It's so well deserved and such an inspiration to the rest of the woodworking community. I think it's just fantastic. If you want to get your sticker on the sticker door, touch base with me on Instagram. That's your best bet. I'm a little bit tardy on getting the stickers out, but you will get your sticker eventually. And if you send me a sticker, it will end up on this door. So touch base at Gosforth Handyman on Instagram. Anyway, I'll leave it at that for today. I hope you've enjoyed this. As I say, I'll probably only do these shop update videos once a month or thereabouts. There's a new tip video coming out on Saturday, all about painting MDF. And if you're new to the channel, welcome, and don't forget to hit subscribe. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.